Emma, 10, and Ethan, 12, were always captivated by the abandoned house on their street. It had been vacant for years, and no one dared to enter. Eerie stories of strange noises and ghostly sightings shrouded the house in an aura of fear. One sweltering summer afternoon, Emma and Ethan met in front of the house, its facade choked by creeping vines that snaked from the foundation. Dust coated every surface, and broken windows gaped like vacant eyes. Ethan shivered, recounting the house's history. Grandma used to say, an old couple lived here. One night, a fierce storm raged, and no one ever saw them again. Emma shuddered, picturing the storm's fury, the wind battering the roof and rattling the windows. Some say their ghosts still roam inside, Ethan continued. Emma peered into the windows, detecting no movement within the darkened rooms. Yet, an instinctive dread settled in her stomach. Curiosity, however, outweighed their fear. They scaled a rotted porch on the house's side and entered through a broken window. The interior was thick with dust and stale air, sunlight filtering in thin slivers through the broken windows. Old furniture cast spectral shadows. With each step, the wooden floorboards creaked, and Emma felt a prickling sensation, as if unseen eyes watched them. Suddenly, Ethan heard a rhythmic tapping sound emanating from the wall in the hallway. Their hearts pounded. The tapping grew closer, then abruptly stopped. Emma and Ethan exchanged terrified glances. They wanted to escape, but they were lost in the house's labyrinthine corridors. Every doorway, every shadowed corner, held the potential for danger. They discovered the steps leading down to the basement. Cold air wafted up the stairs, carrying the heavy scent of dampness. Ethan switched on his flashlight, its weak beam creating unsettling shadows. The basement was dark and cramped. The walls were swollen with moisture and sprouted patches of mold. Emma thought she glimpsed a pile of rags stir in the corner, but Ethan dismissed it as exhaustion. Just as they were about to leave the basement, Emma spotted a scrap of aged paper wedged between the bricks in the wall. Carefully, she extracted it and brushed off the dust. On it, scrawled in faded handwriting, was a single sentence. "She will never leave." A shiver ran down Emma's spine. What did the note mean? Who wrote it? Fear propelled them out of the basement. Days later, the note lingered in Emma's mind. What did it signify? Was it the ghost? Determined to unravel the house's mystery, she convinced Ethan to help her. They tracked down the old resident's grandchildren. They revealed the couple had a peculiar daughter who vanished one day, never to be found. This information fueled Emma and Ethan's curiosity further. Could the daughter's disappearance be linked to the ghost stories? They decided to revisit the house. This time, they came prepared. They had gathered ropes, flashlights, and blueprints of the old house. They meticulously searched every room, every nook and cranny, hoping to find a hidden passage. Finally, as they pushed against a wall panel behind the bookshelf, an unsettling groan echoed. The panel slid open, revealing a dark passage. A cold draft emanated from within. Ethan hesitated. "Maybe we should turn back," he said, his voice laced with doubt. Emma, however, vibrated with excitement. The light from their flashlights disappeared into the passage's darkness. "No," she whispered. "We've come this far. Let's just take a peek." Ethan sighed in agreement. They secured one of the ropes to the doorway and ventured into the passage. The air was cold and damp, making it difficult to breathe. The passage was narrow and sloping, forcing them to crawl. After what felt like an eternity, the passage widened, leading them into a dusty room. The room was illuminated by a faint glow. They scanned their surroundings to locate the source. An old mirror hung on the wall, reflecting the dim light of a gas lamp. On the floor, before the mirror, sat a translucent figure of a young girl. Her clothes were tattered, and her face etched with sadness. As the girl lifted her head, meeting their gaze, Emma and Ethan held their breath. The girl's eyes were hollow, and her face pale as porcelain. The ghost. Emma and Ethan froze in terror. The girl mumbled something, but they couldn't decipher the words. Emma recalled the note, "She will never leave." Could this girl have written it? Slowly, they approached the ghost. The girl reached out toward them, as if seeking help. Ethan recoiled, but Emma hesitated. An instinct told her the girl meant no harm. Emma cautiously inched closer and extended her hand. The girl's touch was icy cold. "We want to help you," Emma whispered. The ghost abruptly vanished. Emma and Ethan stared at each other, bewildered. Where had she gone? How could they set her free? Across the room, a door they hadn't noticed before stood ajar, emitting a faint light. Perhaps the girl was leading them there. Following their rope, they exited the house. Stepping back into the sunlight, they felt as if they had emerged into a new world. The house's mystery remained unsolved, but they knew one thing for sure. They had to help the girl.